Alright, you've seen the title of the video. You know what we're doing. Hello everybody, it is Shizato and you know me. And, like I said just a moment ago, we're talking about the Heinkel 111. H-6. So, the gameplay in the background is exactly what you shouldn't do with this plane. Fair warning. Although I do get 2 kills, 5 assists, and I kill 5 ground targets. Racking up some nice score. So, the Heinkel 111, what it is a German twin-engine bomber, battle rating 2.7 in Tier 2. It is succeeded by the Focke-Wulf 200, if my memory is correct. But this is better than the Focke-Wulf 200. At least how I have the 200 right now. So with this plane, it was initially designed in the mid-1930s, specifically 1934, and put into production in 1935. And about 6,500 aircraft in total were made, including some 30 prototypes and about 10 to 15 actual civilian vehicles. The rest were made for military purposes, like this H-6 variant. Now, in the game, it just has the basic H-6, which has 7 MG-15 machine guns in various places on the aircraft. Which, I mean, yes, for lower tier, MG-15s are not bad whatsoever, but they're a little bit underpowered, and it really started to show, especially during stuff like the Battle of Britain. But what it lacked in actually dishing out damage, it could take damage. It's like a heavy tank, per se. Just not with a gun. Okay, that's actually a weird thing to see. Like, can you imagine just driving in a tank only to take hits from enemy tank shells? I would not partake in that. Anyways, in War Thunder, yes, it does go with the MG-15s. It also carries a maximum bomb load of about 2,200, 2,300 kilograms. The interesting thing is that it could carry so much more. It could actually carry up to 3,600 kilograms just in the bomb bay, if my information is correct. And mind you, yes, this is specifically on the H-6 variant. Which, I mean, that's rather impressive, to say the least. Okay, it can carry 2,000 kilograms in the main bomb bay, plus an additional 3,600 could be carried externally. And I'm surprised this doesn't come. I'm surprised you don't get the full bomb load with this. I also do find it funny how there's a little tidbit saying carrying maximum load usually required rocket-assisted takeoff. Yeah, that would be kind of helpful. But in the game, it only carries 2,200 kilograms. They're about. And I mean, for a medium bomber at a low battle rating is actually a fairly decent aircraft. I mean, it's nice to fly. That's one thing. You know, I like a lot of aircraft because they're just either easy to fly or, I don't know, there's just some quirk about them that I really like. And here comes the first of my assists. On a Corsair. I think this was a D model. Corsair. It doesn't say specifically, it just says F4U1. So, you know, that's the first assist. I taken barely any damage to what appears to be my dorsal gunner. So I just kind of go back, get more ground targets. I mean, this is a very quiet first half, just me flying around. So I'm able to talk about the aircraft for a bit. Is it my favorite bomber in the game? Far from it, actually. The Heinkel 111 is very easily targeted by just about everything in most matches. It is not a plane you want to be alone with against the enemy. Because in general, you do not have the firepower to to sustain yourself for long. Though I will give it this, Arcade is rather agile. It's something that you don't necessarily expect to maneuver as well as it does, especially without the bombs at least on it. Like I don't have the footage for it, but there was one case where I was with a buddy of mine, and I was out turning 2 fighters, just waiting for my bombs to come back to finish off a base. Well, mind you, one of them wasn't a P-51. P-51s aren't what you would call the most maneuverable thing in the world. But the other was a Lavochkin 7, or an LA-7. Something that can maneuver, especially at low altitude. So I was going to try to attack that tank, but I realized my bombs weren't quite there. So I waited just an extra moment for my bombs to come back. And mind you, yes, it is a waste of bombs to drop the full payload just on one medium tank, but as you saw earlier in the video, apparently that 1,000 kilos does not kill a tank or even damage it. So this is where the fun starts. Okay, I see that one of my teammates is getting attacked by a Spitfire. Okay, Spitfires at this tier are rather dangerous. They're highly maneuverable, and they've got, for the most part, decent armament. Especially those that have the 20mm Hispano Mark IIs, which you'd find on the P-50, the first of the P-51s at 3.7, and the American tech tree. So I spend the rest of this match basically being what I call the support Heinkel. So I ditch my ordnance for more speed, more maneuverability. I do this a few times actually. And you see, I'm taking a little bit more damage. But it's still flying just fine. You know, as I'm essentially dogfighting with these fighters. See, there's a MiG-3 right there that I'm actually trying to chase down. So I get a kill assist on it's a TBF. You don't see those often, you don't see those too often. So I drop my bombs again, and there's a Spitfire right there. This gets rather funny. Not right now, at least. So, you see that I'm moving my cursor to approximately where the guns would be aiming. I don't know if that necessarily works or not, if I have my cursor just hovering over while the AI are doing their job. I don't know if that improves accuracy. And yeah, this is where I go and say support Heinkel at your service or something like that. Yeah, support Heinkel at your service, guys. I had to laugh about that. Considering, well, who's going to take a Heinkel seriously? And I think this should be the point where I start giving kind of tips on how to play this aircraft. If you want to play this aircraft effectively, first thing I'll say, squad up with some buddies. The last thing you want is to be on your own with no fighter support to protect you. So my suggestion would be 2 111s, a BF-109, suggesting either the E3 or the F1/F2. Because those are both at a lower BR, comparable to this aircraft, in fact. And then if you're comfortable with going at a higher BR, see, there's the first go right there. If you want to go at a slightly higher BR, where this thing is still fairly competitive, Focke-Wulf 190A1 and BF-109 F4. Both of those aircraft are they're fast, both very fast aircraft in a straight line. And in the case of the 109, it's more maneuverable, and you can also carry extra armament with it in the form of two 15mm wing-mounted machine guns. So, squad up in a pair, squad up in a group of at least 2 or 3. The more people you have, the merrier. And definitely don't do what I'm doing unless you absolutely know what you're doing. Because if you do what I'm doing and you're completely oblivious to how to actually use this aircraft, then you're probably going to have a really hard time, or you're going to try to do the same technique every time. And see, that Spitfire pilot is smart. Chigs, he's smart. He went for my engine. Which, good on him. He got taken out immediately after. So, yeah, it's just best to use it with a group while you have cover. So if that means you need to spend some time in the spawn area, then very much do so. If it's going to guarantee you protection. You can lone wolf it on occasion, like I did in this video. But definitely don't utilize what I did very much unless, like I said, you know what you're doing. So I think that's going to do it for me talking, at least. I'm going to keep the rest of the gameplay going because, there's Dornier 217 is not bad either. This is the J1 variant. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, favorite, subscribe, dislike if you find my voice annoying, or, well, you just don't like this content in general. But, do the other things if you actually like this content. And I'll see you guys whenever I can. Shizato's out.